Hey, good morning. It is Friday, 8 a.m. like I promised. And we don't really have any Q&A today because I haven't got any questions from you guys. So what I'm going to do this morning is talk about what I did in my my blog post today and sort of talk to you about work-life balance. So I think a lot of us get really bogged down in this whole work-life balance and how we have to have this work-life balance. But I think, good morning, Pearl. Thanks for joining me. But I think that work-life balance is sort of a myth. So I'm going to unpack that a little bit and talk about some things that you can do that will help you feel like you're maybe a little bit more balanced. So I talk in the blog, and I'm going to tell you guys today about yoga. So in yoga, there's a lot of balancing, but what you'll notice in your balancing your physical body is that it's actually not, you're not being still. You're not actually balanced. There's a lot of muscles that go along with trying to get you in line so that you can stay up straight. So that kind of goes along the same lines as when you're working on your work-life balance. So there are several things that you can do and pay attention to when you're looking at work-life balance. And I'm going to read these because I don't remember them all. So number one is be aware of what's going on inside of you. So let's say that you're working on something, you're working on a project, or you're working on your budget or something like that. How are you feeling around that? What's your energy? And how can you number one, get rid of that particular thing that you're working on by being able to delegate it to someone else, or can you just change your mindset around whatever it is that you're doing? So that's number one, is just to pay attention to how your body is reacting, how you're reacting to whatever it is that you're doing. Number two is to practice focus. When I say that, what I mean is, are you working on a big project for work? And if you are, that's perfect. Sometimes your family life is going to have to go to the side, or your relationships or something else is going to have to be pushed to the side. So let the people know that are involved, hey, listen, family, I just want to let you know I'm working really hard on this project right now, so I cannot give my full attention to you, but hey, I really love you and I want to be able to spend time with you and focus on you, so can we set a date to do that? Number one, that gives them the idea that you're doing something important. And number two, it gives you the out to be completely focused on whatever it is that you're doing. So I've heard that term referred to as focused unbalance, right? Because you can't be completely focused on this particular project and also completely focused on your family or your relationships, right? One has to give. But if you talk about it and if you make it intentional, then you can actually really make that work for you. It just makes sure that you take time for whatever it is that you've put off. The third thing is prepare yourself for upcoming work. So let's say, you've got to get your books in order, right, for tax season or whatever. Okay, so that's going to be your focus. That's going to be what you're preparing for. You're getting your numbers ready, whatever the case may be, but you're getting ready. You're preparing yourself for that upcoming season or that upcoming situation. Number four is make time for self-care. So whether this be in the morning, whether this be at lunchtime, whatever that is it getting a pedicure? For you guys, is it going for a run? I don't know what you guys do to self-care, but I know as women, do you work out? And how do you create that in your schedule to make sure that time is coveted on your schedule to take care of yourself? Because your body's going to let you know that you're not taking care of yourself. If you're not, you're going to get sick, you're going to feel run down, you're going to be tired, you're not going to be focused. So really make sure and be super intentional about carving out that time for self-care. And the last thing is to be fully present where you are. Are you in a networking meeting? If you are, put your phone away because those people need your attention. Are you sitting with your best friend and having a drink? Perfect. Put everything else away. Put away all other distractions and just focus on that. So again, you're being it's focused unbalanced, focus unbalanced. unbalanced focus, right? So you're focused on exactly what you're doing right at this moment. You're focused on who you're with, you're focused on the project at hand, and then that way you give yourself an out, because the next thing that you do, you're going to be focused on that as well. So if you guys have any questions, if you want some help around that, if you want to brainstorm around that, let me know. Happy to do that. And I'm going to come to you guys on Friday mornings. I'm going to be in my workout self, because I feel like that's being authentic. It's who I am. It's what I do. And hopefully I will have given you guys some insight, something that you can work on for this summer, for this week, whatever. Just let me know if I can help. Thanks. Have a wonderful weekend. Remember, focused, unbalanced. All right.